Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have the start of Season 7 in a European Champions League second round qualifying against Slovan Bratislava. We're not going to go into too much depth in terms of transfers, but we will go through what we've managed to do so far. Obviously, there's still another month left of the transfer window, so there is potentially a lot to go on still. And we've had a good little bit of a clear out, and so far we've managed to bring in £3.1 million plus a little bit more, which was done at the end of last season. So let me just scroll down a little bit. So there was a couple of free transfers there on the 9th, which was Michael Rayside and Reece Lennox, who were former youth academy players. They have now left the club on free transfers. Greg Petrie, who I was quite excited about at first, but he's been out on loan. He's not really done anything. We've sold him, as you can see, for 100,000. There's not a lot of money involved in these deals. They're all younger players and reserve players. Brian Kinnear was the only player that we sold for quite a low fee considering the quality he had. He was our sub goalkeeper at the time, and he has left for £100,000 to Newcastle, and he is immediately worth quite a bit more than that. So he's obviously a good goalkeeper, but obviously we had Stashevski, so there was no need for him to be here. And in terms of July, Van Rooij was the big sale. The right back, has left for Girona for £3 million. We finally managed to get rid of Reece Bennett and Hlinson. Both of them went away on free transfers, so that was good. We've got their wages off our books, so it has allowed us to invest elsewhere. Kenny Laidlaw and Bridgeford have gone out on loan for the season, and we sold the young Bulgarian Zdravko Gorgiev to Bulgarian side Lokomotiv Plovdiv for 150,000. Again, all money in the bank, and financially we are still a little bit tight at the moment, so we have got to be a bit careful. Because even though we qualified for the Champions League, we only have £450,000 worth of cash to spend, so it has been a little bit difficult. There's two signings we've made so far are Bastian Bismarck, who is a under 21 Austrian international goalkeeper, and we signed him for free, and you can see his valuation there. He is going to be a very good goalkeeper, and we've had a lot of interest in Stashevski, and there is a chance that he might be sold. I don't want to, but the board has intervened and they've accepted an offer without my permission type thing. So it's beyond my control, but we brought Bismarck in, so I think he will be a ready-made player to come in for that. He is only 6 foot, but he has got good jumping reach and his aerial ability is quite good as well. So hopefully he will do the job. And we also, so far, have brought in Xavier Mbuyamba, again a free transfers, and again valuation is excellent. He's the highest paid player at the club at 7,500. Again, qualifying for the Champions League has meant that we've had to bump up wages a little bit. But he's a very, very good centre back in my opinion, and he'll give us just the extra cover there. And at 6'4", and the fact that he's strong and he's a very good header of the ball as well, he will be a good danger man for us on those set pieces. And hopefully, like I say, we can do well from there. We have got other players that we're looking at. I'm not going to get into them just yet because obviously, as part of this episode, we've got the second leg of this tie. So transfers might have happened during the period between. So we'll see how we get on from there. In terms of pre-season as well, by the way, we've had a lot of wins. It's been all victories so far. Yes, some of the teams we've played haven't been great, but we've had Stoke and Blackpool in the middle of that as well. Reasonable sides, and we've had good wins against them as well. So hopefully we can take that winning form into this Champions League second round qualifier against Slovan Bratislava. I've had a look at their squad. There's not anyone that's jumping out at me. One or two players do look quite good, and they're young regen players that have come in. But hopefully we can do the job here and get a good start to our European campaign. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. So Rowan McLeod's come back into the side as well. He's going to be another option that we have up front. And of course, he's the kind of player that will come in and he could be useful to us in respect of rotation for striker, but also he's a homegrown player, so he's going to be very important in the long run for the Champions League filling of the squad. Mboyamba is on the bench today. He's not actually been at the club very long, so he isn't quite ready to come into the side. We've got Stashevsky in goal, potentially for the last time. He is under transfer offer at the moment, as I said. We'll see what happens from there. Sirkin, Graham, Quinones and Ashcroft at the back with O'Donnell, Kesgin and James in the midfield three. Polidoro and Lulic are out wide with Almasi up front. Gary Rapper got a slight knock while he was on international duty, which is why he isn't in the squad today. Otherwise, the core of the squad, as you've just seen, is very much the same. We've only made the 2 signings, of course, so at the moment the squad is largely unaffected by the transfer business. The players that we've gotten rid of are all the ones that were in the reserves for the most part. So we're not missing out too much, but we are saving money on wages. But anyway, here we go. First game in the Champions League of this save. And hopefully Sunday Leeds Champions League will get a big step up from here in the Champions League qualification. Early on, good amount of possession. We've had a couple of attempts at goal, nothing concrete just yet, but we do have a set piece here. Polidoro with the delivery into the near post, cleared away. Kesgin manages to find Polidoro again on this right hand side. Can he get the cross in? Vojko has brought him down. No foul given by the referee. Lulic picks it up and finds Ashcroft. Now Quinones, just holding on to it very patiently and finds O'Donnell. And again, just holding on to it. And again, laying it into O'Donnell, who lays a lovely ball out wide. And Polidoro finds Almasi, and it's taken a deflection, and it's just about cleared by Medvedev. And it remains 0-0, but a very positive start from us here. Incidentally, we play the winner of Zalgiris and Levski in the 3rd round of qualifying. So again, they're 2 teams I don't really know a lot about. As you can see, Zalgiris are actually 2-0 up in their game. So it's a game that we need to keep an eye on as well. But hopefully, like I say, main focus is to get through this round and see where we end up from there. Here is Cargbo moving through. Strikes from distance. It's quite a way over the bar, fortunately. And it remains 0-0. And again, very positive start from us. We've had a lot of attempts at goal, 3 of which have been on target. We just need to take advantage of this early domination. But the lack of goal is concerning. Here's Azak Kesgin to James. Polidoro now. Couldn't quite move it forward. Kyolo and Noguera managed to clear. And Chobot has managed to get there ahead of Quinones. And he finds Cargbo on this left-hand side. Lulic tracks him back well. Played in. Ashcroft clears to James. Potential for a counter-attack, but James can't find the pass. And Kyolo picks it up and finds Vojko. Now Cargbo into Orovek. And Cargbo again. That is an unbelievable goal from Augustus Cargbo. Completely against the run of play, but that is an unbelievable strike from the Bratislava winger. And once again in Europe, we found this last season with the qualification. I think overall we were a better side than the team that we played last season, but it just didn't work out for us. And so far today, we've absolutely dominated the game, but a wonder goal has seen us go behind. And we want a lot more from the side, really. Almasi's been poor up front. He hasn't really featured too much today. Sirkin does well to win that, though, and find Ashcroft. Into Azak Kesgin, into Almasi. And Kesgin again. Plays it through, looking for Polidoro. And he finds Almasi, and he's hit the crossbar. That's a massive opportunity for us. We have to be scoring those, especially in Europe. And John James has picked up a very heavy knock here, so he's going to have to definitely come off. And Craig Moore is going to come on for him. We're going to take Almasi off as well. And it's a bit of a risk. Gary Rapper's not fully fit, but I'm going to have to bring him on here. He's such a big player for us, Gary Rapper. He needs to be on in games like this. And I think for now, that's all we're going to do. Like I say, it's just been that end product. I mean, we've had 6 attempts on target to Sloven's 1 attempt, and that attempt was a wonder goal, as we've seen. And to be beaten by a goal like that, it stings a little bit, and especially considering we've been playing so well. We're dominating possession, we're dominating the opportunities, but we cannot find a goal. Medvedev here into Kyolo. He just smashes it forward, and Ashcroft easily sorts that out and just carries it forward slightly here. In fact, he's still going down that right-hand side. That's a great pass into Lulic. Gary Rapper's in the centre of the area. Can he find him? He can, but it's again blocked by the defender. O'Donnell finds Ashcroft. And the highlight ends. Vojko into Kargbo. Now Oravec into Kyolo. Azak Kesgin manages to intercept well. Can he get a cross in here? No, he finds Dennis Sirkin though. Can he get past the fullback? He holds it up. He hasn't got a lot of support, but he's managed to beat the wing-back and more with the header, and it's a comfortable save again from Petras. We're playing so well. It's so frustrating that we've just not been able to find the net here. Palmer against Sirkin. Sirkin does well. Kesgin now to Polidoro. Is there another opportunity in this highlight for us? O'Donnell holds on to it and lays it back to Graham. Azak Kesgin back into Graham again. Just trying to find that little bit of space. Polidoro with a great ball over the top, and Gary Rapper's there. Gary Rapper scores. That's why I brought him on. That's why I risked him. Like I say, he's still recovering from a knock he had on international duty. But Polidoro with a brilliant ball over the top. And Gary Rapper gets us a very well-deserved equaliser. And to be quite honest, I'm happy with a draw at this stage, just from being behind for so long, but we've dominated the game. We deserve to win. Polidoro's delivery. Graham there with the header just over the crossbar. And I'm very happy with the way this game's gone, apart from the fact that we've not won it. We've played so well here. And the away leg's going to be a lot harder for sure. Here's Azak Kesgin with the delivery. Graham's header just over again. It clipped the crossbar on the way. The keeper was scrambling, and it remains 1-1. I mean, I can't believe how many attempts we've actually had. We've deserved the win today. It's so frustrating that we've not won the game. But we'll have to take the draw. We've got to do the work in the second leg. Gary Rapper, the main man up front there, doing the job. And overall, we played really well, as you can see. Number of attempts is ridiculous in comparison to Slovan. They had one shot on target, that absolute wonder goal. We've had great amount of possession, a larger number of corners, XG highly in our favour, but we've just not put the chances away. So we go into the second leg with a lot to do, but after playing like that in the first leg, I feel quite comfortable that we might be able to get through in this second leg. There is a week between the two games. Like I say, I'm happy with the performance. We're certainly showing that we can cut it against the team of Bratislava's quality. I mean, those match stats are mental, aren't they? We'll come back in a week's time for that second leg, and hopefully, like I say, we can get a better result and continue this season's European adventure in these early stages. Okay guys, here we go for the second half of the episode, and we've got some big news. As you can see, we've got some youth facilities work which is going to be done this season. It'll be completed in and around December time. And we're also improving our training facilities as well for a total of just short of £5 million, which will be completed in February. And the reason this has been able to go ahead is devastating, to be quite honest. And as you can see, Osmanovic left for £36,000, but Staszewski, our main goalkeeper, has left the club for Wolfsburg in a deal for £28.5 million. It's a record sale for the club. It's a record deal for the club in or out as well. And there's a potential for that to go up to £33.5 million. I don't think there's a way that I can see any ins and outs on that. But I think there might be a bit of a sell-on clause there if they sell him on. But as you can see, his valuations jump right up there. So a massive loss for the club, really. But for that amount of money, it has really helped the club financially. And before that actually went through, we managed to bring in two other players. Leandro Paredes, a former Argentinian international. He's 34 years of age in game. Still got good valuation, to be honest, but we only gave him a one-year deal. Really solid central midfielder. And Lewis O'Donnell is also being linked with the move away at the moment. So Paredes could get more game time than I anticipated him getting. But he is a very good player still, and his natural fitness is still very good. So he will be a player that'll be in and out of the squad. And we signed a right back from Mainz. He's 24 years of age, he's not valued particularly highly. But I've not brought him in to be a sensation. I brought him in for the time being to be a backup. But he's got good pace and he's got good crossing ability. And he's going to be our backup right back. Incidentally, we have had more transfer offers coming. O'Donnell, like I say, was subject to one from West Ham. He wanted to leave. We didn't accept the offer because it was quite short on our valuation. And Dennis Serkin, we've also received a big offer in for him as well from Valencia. They offered, I think it was just short of £9 million. So we cleared out all of the bits and pieces that they actually wanted to do. They wanted to give us installments and things like that. I don't like deals like that, I will be honest. And what we did in the end was we just said, give us 15 million for the left back and you might be able to get him. Anyway, they accepted it immediately, which makes me feel like we should have asked for a bit more. But anyway, Dennis Serkin, huge player for us last season at left back, probably one of the best players at the club as well. But he looks set to potentially leave. Another really big deal for the club. So as time goes on, we're going to be very busy in this transfer window. Unfortunately, the board aren't budging on the 20% transfer revenue. So of that 30 million that we got for Stashevsky, we only got, I think it was £2.5–3 million of that to spend. So again, really unfortunate the board aren't going to budge on that, and it'll be the same when the Serkin deal goes through. But the money is going into the bank at least, and it is something that we can use hopefully at a later date. But in the meantime, we've got this huge second leg, and again, financially, this could be quite big for the club if we can get through. We've got Bismarck making his debut in goal, Serkin, Graham Kinnan and Ashcroft at the back, O'Donnell, Kesgan and James the midfield three, Polidoro and Lulic out wide, and this time Gary Rapper is going to start up front. It's the same starting lineup apart from the keeper and the striker. Serkin, of course, this could be his last game for the club. Fingers crossed we can get the result that we want. The away games are always harder, as we know, in European football, and we're not actually favourites for this away game. Despite our domination in the first game and only managing the draw, we are not favourites. So we've got a lot of work to do today. Fingers crossed we can work our way through to the third round of qualifying. And early on we have had an attempt, not on target unfortunately, but early positive signs in the opening 10 minutes. We certainly seem to be the better side at the moment, but again, no chances coming our way so far. Palmer with a free kick here for Bratislava into the far post, and it's Marek Vasil with the goal for Slovan. And once again, the same thing happened in the first leg. They had the one attempt at goal and managed to score from it, and they've done so here early on. We are yet to have an attempt on target, which is a bit of a concern. We are going to potentially demand more quite early on here. We've got a lot riding on this, to be honest, and we need to be at least challenging here. Jordan James with a good run, and that is a great pass into Gary Rapper, who makes the equaliser almost immediately. Only 15 minutes gone, and we're definitely still in this tie. Gary Rapper off the bench, of course, in the first leg to grab us that equaliser, and he's done so again today from the start. Certainly in with a shout here. We struggled against Rijeka, I think it was, in the Europa League last season, but we've been competitive here. John James has bruised his ankle. We're going to leave him on for the time being. It is something he should be able to play through, but we will keep an eye on that. We have got options on the bench, of course, as well, so hopefully we can move things along as the game goes on. Dennis Serkin putting Bogojevic under pressure. Kyolo into Palmer. Few challenges going in, but Kesgin picks it up and finds Lulic. And John James is in behind here. He has support arriving if he can get a cross in. And he's played it into Lulic here. And that is a brilliant goal from Stefan Lulic. We're 2-1 up, 3-2 on aggregate. And we're certainly looking a little bit more clinical in this game. Really positive signs. Are we potentially heading for the next round of qualifying? Still early days. We want to aim for the group stage. Again, if we get there, the likelihood is we're going to get battered. But in terms of the club's reputation and obviously the financial aspect, it could work wonders for this football club. As we move forward, it's still 2-1. Second half starting a little bit slower than the first one did, but we're looking good. We have the lead, and as we approach the hour mark, nothing has really changed at the moment, and I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. Zalgiris have taken the lead against Levski, so it looks like, as things stand, we'll be playing them in the next round of qualifying. So far, so good, though. I'm very happy with the performance. Azat Kezgin with a free kick. Oh, and Petras spilled it there, somehow just going over the crossbar. It was a good effort from Kezgin there, and Polidoro with the delivery. And there's the header at the near post. It's gone wide. Paredes, by the way, and the new right back aren't able to play in this game. They haven't been registered for the squad in time. Obviously, we've already played the first leg, but they could be in the squad for the next round. Sirkin here to O'Donnell. Kezgin plays it back to Graham. Dennis Sirkin, again, remember it could be his last game for the club. Charging down this left-hand side and looking to get across him. Plays it back to centre-back and captain Graham. Now O'Donnell. Well, Vasil intercepted, but Graham does well to instantly react to that, and Quinones finds O'Donnell. That's a good ball out to Ashcroft. Manages to get ahead of the striker Chobot. Plays it into John James. That's a good delivery. Gararapa couldn't get there. It's come for Polidoro, who's been brought down, and we have a penalty here. Who is our penalty taker now? Polidoro is going to take the penalty. Of course, with our keeper leaving, Stashevsky was the penalty taker. It's Polidoro. It's 3-1. And it's his first goal of the season, of course. It's only the second competitive game we've had. 4-2 on aggregate with 15 minutes to go. And it looks like we are set for the next round of Champions League qualifying. Really positive news, obviously. Good financial backing for the Champions League, as we all know. Hopefully, we can continue in this competition as time goes on. Zalgiris looks set as well. And Polidoro here with a delivery to the far post. It's cleared away. Quinones picks it up. Polidoro's in loads of space as he cuts back into the penalty area. And here he is. Plays it in. Lulic is there. It took a deflection, sorry. And Petras makes a comfortable claim. We have another free kick here with Azat Kezgin, who looks set to strike it. And it's over and wide. We're still struggling to find that set piece taker. Paredes is a suitable set piece taker as well. So again, he could come in for that role. But we've got a lot of work to do in the transfer window, obviously, given the players that could be leaving. And looking at the performances there, very positive, and we are looking good as we enter the third qualifying round, which I think, as I mentioned before, will probably be against Zalgiris. We'll just wait for confirmation on that. And in terms of going ahead, the next video will probably be that qualifying game against Zalgiris, because I can't imagine it'll be too far ahead into the future. Our next actual game is against St Mirren. So we've received £86,000 for playing in that round. It's not a lot, really, is it? Champions League money. Bismarck made his debut, of course, had a reasonable debut, apart from that early goal conceded. And we play Zalgiris in the next round. We're not too sure where they're from, it doesn't actually say, but we've done well. 2 assists for Jordan James. Let's move that through. And let's have a look at the schedule. Yeah, so Zalgiris is after the St Mirren game and then after the Motherwell game. So we'll come back for that next round of Champions League qualifying. And hopefully, again, we can continue our European adventure this season. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. And this is Big Will, signing away.